Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and today I got the Lego Optimus Prime. Now I'm going to do a review similar to as I would a third-party Transformers figure, because this has a lot of the things that has. So let's get right into it, because there is kind of a lot here. For starters, this is modeled off of the G1 Transformers figure. That's where the inspiration came from. So it does, after hearing that, it does give me a lot of reasons why they chose what they chose. As far as some of the things, like off the bat, my problem with the knees are not right. But I mean, there is no knees. What I'm talking about is not right. There's no knees, and there wasn't no knees on the original G1 figure. And I'm not sure if that's why they did it, but hey, at least it gave me a little bit of insight that maybe it is why they didn't put knees on it, because they could have put knees on it. They put elbows on, and they even have ratchets in all the joints, which is great. There are a couple other things that I need to fix that I will fix as we go, but I wanted to present it as it was in the package. You can see it has a parts forming piece for truck mode, has his axe. We can go over accessories right now. Has his axe, you know, and every accessory you have to put together. You have an energon cube, and of course this piece, you have a plaque. It says Commander, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. You got his tech specs and symbol, faction symbol, and a little shadowed out picture of him. And you also have his gun, which his gun just snaps on to these two little pieces right here. So they snap on, and his gun looks reminiscent of his gun. Also, you get a backpack, which I will now take off. So you see this backpack that's on him, and the backpack does the thrusters move, and it's just connected. It has these two little things that kind of keep it in place, and it has some connection pieces right there. Those two things right here connect these two things, and they stay on his back. So you can see it's pretty unfinished without that. Well, not unfinished, but you can see a little bit of holes and stuff. We can take a look at his backpack. It is really nice. I really like the way it looks, how they designed it, with that big symbol there, and everything's the flat. So it's cool. Everything you see, you got to build. Just, I know I said that before, but I just want to reiterate that. So also you get instructions to build, and also at the end there's instructions to transform him. So this will be the first time I'm transforming him on camera, so we'll see how that goes. One of the things I talk about off the bat, we can look at his head sculpt. I can't say I'm 100% in love with this head sculpt. I think it looks kind of weird, and I believe it's because, and this is an independent thought, I've seen people modify this head sculpt because there's an extra piece right here between the eyes and his mouthpiece. There's a little extra thing. Some people take that off, so it's just the eyes, and it makes it look better to me. It is rather squared off, but I do think that's what's throwing it off. I'm not sure. I may do that. That's going to be a little bit more involved than just doing it right now. Now, as far as his legs, this is how they tell you to put it on, but it's actually wrong according to how his legs look. This is how it should look, and I'm not sure why they tell you like the knees are down here, and this gives a more of the look of him. And it was weird to me when I first did it, because I didn't think it was right, and then I saw a couple of videos and it ends up as it's not right. So that's how his knees should look. Another thing is articulation. They have articulation in the fingers. However, you got to put this plate on. I don't know if it's just to secure or not, but I don't know. So I just take the plate off, and now when I get into articulation, you'll see he has articulated fingers. I don't want this plate on. Again, I'm not sure of the purpose, but I'm taking both of them off. And I think, if I remember correctly, the last thing I have an issue with is anytime you try to move his legs back, it hits this right here and pops it off. Pops that off like that. And it's these things. So I'm taking these off and putting these on. Actually, put it back here. And these are the things I just took off of the fingers to block the articulation and make the articulation. And then you can add this back on. And from what I'm hearing, it doesn't mess with the articulation. It actually adds the it doesn't mess with the transformation and adds articulation. So now you can move these legs back freely without knocking this piece off every single time. Just to go through him, the last thing I want to look at before I go through some other things, you can open up his chest right here and take out the matrix. And here's the matrix. You know, it's Legos, so it's reminiscent of the matrix. So we'll put that back in here and close him back up. Now let's compare this to a few figures. I'm going to compare him to Fans Toys Jetfire, which I know people maybe in the Lego world that might be watching this video might not know the sizes of these Masterpiece Transformers. However, Transformers fans that collect Transformers will. And this is Masterpiece Optimus. So you can see just how humongous he is next to Jetfire. People know how big Jetfire is, and he's almost the same height as Jetfire. I think he might be the same height with his ears. Jetfire didn't have this. He would be he looks like the same height, kind of the same bulk. So yeah, he's a big figure. Let's get into articulation. So his head goes down like that. Doesn't really go up, but it can on this joint, but it kind of messes the sculpt up. You raise the camera a little bit just so you can see that there's a joint there, that transformation joint. So then you have the arms. They're on ratchet joints that go all the way around. They're soft ratchets. However, I mean, this is a Legos figure. Got the elbow, which is on ratchets. They go out as well. This has a butterfly backwards for transformation, none forward. His hands, he has individual fingers now that I took that off, and he has a thumb that moves, and his hands go around like this and move. And you take off his hand to put the axe in, and then you put this down here. Then you insert the axe in there's a little spot there, and you can put the Energon axe in. His ratchets do hold the axe straight out. They don't fail easily. Pull that off. Move that back up, and then insert the hand again. Waist. He does have a waist swivel, and that's on a ratchet too. It's a soft ratchet, but it's on a ratchet, but you got to get this out the way in order to utilize it any type of way. These are his skirts, so you can get that out the way, and legs go all the way up on a ratchet, and back kind of, but the ratchet does fail, and out it fails as well, unfortunately. But it doesn't fail to the point where he can't stand up and it fails. You know, some figures will fail like this. So out, let me do out. Then he got a little up joint too in the arms. I don't think I tackled that. 360 in the head. Kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit. Where was I? Oh, out, straight out. He can go out. However, these tires right here are kind of, they hit. You can take these tires off like completely if you wanted to, like that, and he wouldn't have any tires on the side, and then he could get up all the way. He could do the splits, but that, like I said, that joint fails. Go. Knees, no bend in the knees, which is disappointing, but you do get spin in the knees. Very disappointing. Feet go down like that. They don't really go up, and they do have a rocker. So you have a rocker, they have a heel spur that have rubber on the back, and that's pretty much the articulation of this figure, which is great articulation. I mean, it's a darn Lego Transformer. So let's get into transformation. It looks quite simple. So put the legs together. There's two clips here that clip on the side over here. And there you go. Just clip them together. Put the hands up, or the arms, let's just say at the elbow, up like that. And you saw none of that. Sorry about that. Here's the arms. I put it up like that. Now you want the thumb to go back like that, where it's on top. You can see it's open, and put the hands out, and then move the hands like this. Do both sides. Thumb, fingers. I should say fingers. I said hands. But then you move the hands like this, and pull this up, including this piece as well. Put it up like that. Right here does seem to come out at times. It's his upper body connected to this, so it can fall off. Now you want to spin this whole thing around on his weight at his waist. So they have it like this, going down like this. So it's really the legs at this joint right here that you're putting down. And there you go. So we'll just lay him down for now, because it's easier to do so. Move all this other stuff out the way. Push this back. Have his head back here. It stays up like that. And you move this back here like this, and at the same time, you gotta, just like every other Optimus, you get that back here like this. Show it from this angle. Move this in here and get this back here like that. I missed a step. Before you do this, there's little pieces at the bottom that you want to flip out. Flip that out. Flip this out. I don't know why I saw it, but I don't know. I was just trying to follow the directions. So now you want to push these arms down, and they kind of slide in there, and you can kind of leave the fingers down again on this side. Push that down, you kind of get the fingers to stay down here. Then you push this down here, get it in best as possible. And you can it kind of connects right there. Has a little piece. Now this piece is where you can take this off and you switch it with the other piece that's parts forming. I mean, this whole thing is parts forming, so what are you talking about if you're talking about parts forming? So you put that there and it looks more vehicle accurate. On here, you can move these like this. Then back here, you just push these down here. It's got little lights, and the heel spurs act as like little tail lights. I think that's cool. Then you can take his gun, you can put it in here like this, and put his grip down. It's going around and seeing. So yeah, this is just great. It's a great piece. It's a transforming Lego figure that transforms without taking it apart. And it's pretty involved. It's not like just flip flat. It's just like the G1. You got the stacks here. You got rubber tires. It rolls really nice. Yeah, if they had some windows here that could have covered up or something, that would have been good. You know, I'm just nitpicking. It's a Lego that transforms, a Lego figure that transforms. So, I mean, what can you ask for? It's insane. It's a great figure. These tires are really nice. So I'm transforming it really quick, going back. So I'm gonna pull this out of here like that. I guess right here it tabs in. Let me see. Yeah, it's two Lego pieces right here on top of the legs. You can tell. So it just tabs in there. That's how it stays on. Move this up. Move this back down on both sides. Pull this off so we can get the other plate on. Put that plate on. Get these out the way. Move these up. His hand fell off. I don't see that much, however, but it does happen. I mean, it is a Lego figure, so you gotta figure that's gonna happen sometimes. You do gotta be a little delicate, a little more delicate than I would be with a regular figure. Put this down here. Move the legs down. Spin him around. Separate the legs. There you go. Up here. Move this out. His head. Spin it around. Move this down. Push this in. His body, give him kind of the V shape. And there you go. Flip this down and let him flip these back up in the back. And I think you're good to go. Here's the Optimus Prime Lego figure back in robot mode. All right. So thanks for watching this video. This is it. And if you want to purchase this, a link will be in the description. And it does help the channel out. And I thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, share. That also helps the channel out. And I will get over with you in the next one.
You know, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you wanna know.